So we kind of covered WWE in this aspect as well. But within like the world of lucha, so the Resistance Gallery is, you know, known as Lucha Town, basically. So you said you started off there. It's been about, how many years did you say? About two?
Yeah, I'll say 2.
2 years. What was it like going into your first match as either character?
Oof, oh my god, my first match was a battle royal. I was supposed to be, I think I was the biggest guy in the match, but I think they wanted to pit someone else over, but I got the most eliminations in that match. And then obviously I was dealing with someone else, and then both of us got dumped over, and so that was that. And I was just like, what? So I mean, that was a good thing. And then my first singles match, I was so happy. It was with Ashley Tengu, and we put on, I think, the match of the night. You can ask Ashley. For us both, like earlier on in our careers, for us to put on that match was sick. And we always say, like, we need to have a match again, because like what we done then was insane, and what we're gonna do now is gonna be crazy. So like, yeah, that was good. But that was under the whole Militario thing. And then I think when it came to the RoadFam thing, a lot of the times it was just a lot of, you know, like multi-man matches and stuff like that. And I think when they put the title on me, it just elevated my game. It's because you'll get that main event spot. Once you get that main event spot, if you don't go up to that level, then people are just gonna be like, no. Like, you have to prove that it is, in wrestling, it's a proving ground game. Like, when I got that title, I said, you know what, I need to do stuff with this title that no one's ever done before. When I had the title, I made sure that I took it to so many different countries. I did cut so many promos with it in different countries and stuff like that. That was one of the things as well. You know, I decided to put like spotlight on it as well, make it into a big deal, and I don't think no one in Lucha has done that yet. That's what I want to stand out with. I took it to different countries, cut promos with it, I made funny videos with it, this, that, and whatnot, and always put the exposure on it as well. And then having the main event match as well, it was just like, man, my wrestling has to go up. It's because a lot of people, like, you hear people say like the only reason he got it is because he's good on the mic, and I heard that stuff as well, like loads of people saying that, and I was like, okay, fair enough, you know, if that's what you want to think. And obviously I'm not saying I'm not AJ Styles or something when it comes to my wrestling and stuff like that, but I think I can put on a decent match. But then a lot of the time in my multi-man matches, it's just a spot fish, you don't have time to tell a story. And then I thought, you know what, in any singles matches that I do get, I need to do that. And I think probably one of the best matches I think I told was probably with Cameron when he won the title and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that match as well. And just putting it on, just to tell a story. And like, I feel that my wrestling ability has improved from when I had the title. When I had that as well, I said I need to get in the best shape possible as well. And so it did help for that, you know, getting the title put on me as well.
I mean, it was pretty good with I think because the match that's what you had before that was with Cassius.
Yeah.
And the story you told in that match as well.
Yeah.
And how technical you were in that match. Like, I remember watching that and thinking about it, and then when you went up against Cameron, and it was literally, I don't think it was a full month.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks, and it was just like, wow. Like, the technical aspect, the grappling, even the way you were like, I think it was even like the parts where you had the crowd interaction going on as well. Yeah. You were managing to juggle all that while maintaining the story in the ring. Honestly, it was exceptional to watch.
Thank you.
I suppose that's, like, within the organization, like within Lucha, how much freedom do you get to kind of work a match? Like, do you and Cameron sit down, or are Gary and Greg kind of with you and it's like, this is what we want to do, and then you and Cameron can kind of take it from there?
So this is the thing, like, there are a lot of new people rising up in the you know, the ranks of Lucha, and even though I've been there for maybe like 2 years or something, I do feel that they are like my seniors, like Malik, Costa, like Tom Dawkins, you know, stuff like that. Them guys are like crazy next level. But then, you know, the guys like, say for example, Cassius, Cam, me, Ned, all of them ones that we have, we get a lot of freedom is what I'm missing. Cormac at as well, Rocky Mac, you know, amazing as well, Hakan. So all of us, we get that freedom as well. So say for example, like how you have agents for the younger guys, the elder guys would help, like, you know, be the agent in their match. But with us, it's just like, 20 minutes, actually, no, take however long you want. Just tell a good story. This is what it is, and they give us that freedom. And I think because we earned that respect and stuff like that, so we have that, you know, that respect. So I really do enjoy that we do that, and we can tell a story. Just like some important bits that we need to get in, we just get told. But then other than that, it's just we get given that freedom. So yeah.
And obviously, like, Resistance Gallery is, you know, for a lot of people who don't know, that's where, you know, a lot of the training takes place as well. So it isn't like you've got a different place. And like the Resistance Gallery is the home of Lucha, so you will have your matches there and you'll have training there.
Yeah.
Just give us like a fly on the wall insight into what training is like for somebody who doesn't know, like, what it's like to walk into a place for, like, you know, lucha style training or even wrestling training in general.
Shall I tell you what? It's very intimidating at first. No matter what anyone says, like, if you go into a place and you just see a ring there, and you know you're going to be in that ring for the first time, you're going to be like, oh damn, like shit's gonna get real. So, but other than that, like, the warm up is intense, but it's fun, it's enjoyable, and stuff like that. And everyone is just so kind in lucha. You don't understand. It's a family. If you haven't come to a training session, you haven't experienced like this family feel that we have and stuff like that. And we learn basics with the roles and stuff like that. And if there's something that you can't do, you can't do. Like, if you come to the beginner session, it's cool. But and if you go into the intermediate and advanced sessions, you know, it gets taken up a level. We're doing crazy stuff, you know, a lot of lucha orientated moves and stuff like that. And, you know, we're just consistently trying to help each other improve our game as well. So I mean, it's just an all-round great session to go to. And on Wednesday we do a bit of promo work and character work and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. We do a lot of acting drills. I mean, Greg's amazing, obviously movie star in India as well and stuff like that, and he puts us through some really good acting drills as well and stuff like that. They're fun and enjoyable. But then, oh man, the cycle, like the wrestling brain that Greg Burridge has is crazy. I've never, like, I can listen to Greg all day. What he knows about wrestling is crazy. The way, just everything down from, you know, psychology to character work and stuff like that. And I've got to give it up to Greg for, like, just with the you know, the whole psychology helping me specifically as well. Like with my character, he sits down and he's like, you can be a superstar, you can do this, you need to do this, you need to do that, think about this, think about that, and he's always helped.
Wow. So obviously so you've been, obviously, like we said, with Lucha for about like 2 years as well. And like, for you, is there anyone that's there right now on the roster or anything that you think they need to be elevated a little bit more? Because obviously I know it's like a family unit and everyone like puts the graft in and puts the work in, but is there someone that stands out for you that thinks they need...
So someone within Lucha, elevated in Lucha, or someone to go beyond?
Let's go for both.
Okay, if you're talking about people who like have the potential to make it big and crazy, like if we're talking about Triple L, I mean, there's some really good guys there. But, you know, we got Rocky Mac, he's getting booked elsewhere. Hakan, who's obviously done it a long time as well. Who else have we got? Costa Malik, you know, they're killing it wherever they go as well. WAW, RCWA. Tom doesn't really perform on Triple L, but Cara Noir, amazing. Like everyone says, he's the next big thing in British wrestling. I totally agree with that. So yeah, those are the top tier of guys. Cassius as well, how can I forget him? But then within the Lucha guys, I'm trying to think who can, like, someone who to be elevated in the card. I think, oh man, I don't know, because then I'm thinking about like the two sick guys as well, but I mean, they're tag team, so I don't know how, like, their tag team, so I don't know. But maybe, I've always said we should get tag team titles, because then we got a lot of new guys, and obviously the best way to get someone into it is just tagging with someone experienced and stuff like that, so that can help them with their wrestling. But singles, man, I'm trying to think of the roster, man. Oh man, I mean, we got other guys, like, say for example, like we just saw now, like, Buffalo's fighting against Jody. Like, that's a big thing. Like, that's really good for him as well. I'm really happy for him. That'd be a really good match. Just trying to think. I wish I had a roster list.
I guess it's just one of those things.
What do you think? Start asking me questions.
I think for me, I'm enjoying CJ quite a bit.
Oh, Callum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget Callum? Oh, sorry.
His match against Costa
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot Callum. Forgot Callum. Callum's amazing.
For a guy of his stature, like he's not huge, he's not built, he's like
he's a kid.
He's a kid, and for what he can do, and if anyone gets a chance to see in the match that he did with Costa, it was exceptional. It really was. Like the story that they told. I mean, me personally, I talked to Costa, and I've officially started calling him Greek God.
Yeah.
Because of that promo he cut when Greg went just completely died of laughter. But that for me was good. But yeah, I mean, for me, just watching him, I think the guy's something else.
Is that 15, 16? Wow. He's doing his GCSEs now. I think, how old are you when you do your GCSEs? 15?
About that age,
I think, yeah. Like, no word for lie. I have no problems admitting it. I go to him and ask him for help with like doing crazy bumps. Like he knows how to do flips. I can't do flips, but I want to do it. I'm like, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? Like, teach me. Like, that's not a problem. That's the whole point of it being in wrestling. You can always learn. Doesn't matter who it is, whether they're older or younger. I don't feel like he's like around about 7 years older than me, younger than me. Like, I'll ask him, like, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? I have no problem. He's really good. He's really good. He's getting big thing. He's getting a ring put into his garden.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, I really like give kudos to his parents for proper support in it. So they're putting a ring in the back garden. So I think there's gonna be a lot of backyard in there. Everyone's gonna go over.
Now, obviously talking about Callum as well. You know, when they first started talking about him, they mentioned Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Now you can't talk about Lucha and not mention Will Ospreay as well, because for a lot of people who might not know, for people who've seen, that's kind of where he cut his teeth.
Yeah.
And he comes back.
Yeah. Quite
regularly, and he'll try, like, knowing that he did this, and now he's done New Japan.
Yeah.
He's done Ring of Honor.
He could have done WWE.
He could have done WWE, but you know, he sat down with Jericho and spoke about that on Jericho's podcast recently. What's it like to be able to have someone like that there?
Shall I tell you what? When he comes back, the training sessions just elevate to another level. Like the intensity and everything, and just had the crazy drills that we do and whatnot, and the interactions I've had with him, like in the ring as well. He'll say, like, even though I'm a big guy, he'll be like, not to be a big guy, but compared to the other guys, he's like, look, you got to do this. You're going to do a Rana. You're going to do this and stuff like that. And he consistently pushes you as a person. And I remember this one thing. It was Stick. We were doing bumps, and like crazy bumps, like, you know, snap bumps. And he was like, are you supposed to be the Triple O champion? And he called me out in the ring. He's like, is you supposed to be the champion? And he's like, show me why you're the champion. And then so I was supposed to, I think I was supposed to shoulder tackle him, and he didn't go down. And he was like, give it to me. He was getting in my face, pushing me. He was like, show me the intensity. Boom. Hit him again. He didn't go down. Hit him again. And then when I hit him down, boom, 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 crazy. And he was like, yeah, that's how you do it. That's what I need to see. And stuff like that. And I think when Will goes there, a lot of the people are very intimidated though. A lot of the people are very intimidated. I'm intimidated by him because I go there like unless you train with him, grind like in the thing, you're cool, like with the Maddox and the Costas and the Toms, like it's all cool. But for like the other guys, everyone feels a bit intimidated. But I mean, how can you not? Like, he's done so much and stuff like that. You just feel like, oh man, I don't want to mess up when I do something and stuff like that. But if you do something wrong, he'll be the first one to call you out and say that. And I respect him for that, because then that's what's going to improve. That's what's going to help you improve to become that wrestler.
Because I, obviously, watching him on YouTube and stuff like that was brilliant. But I got to see him last year at Unboxing against Travis Banks.
Okay.
And you can never fully appreciate a Will Ospreay match unless you're in the crowd.
Yeah.
Because to see what he does live is...
I love watching it.
It's ridiculous.
I love watching it.
And it's just... It's amazing. And that kind of links me on to my next question. So, obviously, being a wrestling fan, you know, you're in the ring quite a lot, but what about going to shows? Like, do you try and get to shows as often as you can?
Yeah, I go to all the shows whenever I can. Like, sometimes... a lot of the other shows, I'm hopefully planning to go to WrestleForce tomorrow. But like, say for example, RPW at York Hall, I love going to that. The one when Ray came as well, like it was awesome spending the whole day with Rey Mysterio. That was really good. The other RPW when it was Will versus Vader, that thing. Did you go to that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that was got some funny stories about that. But yeah, seeing Ricochet there as well. Watching Ricochet was really good. Was it PJ Black.
Yeah, PJ Black.
Justin Gabriel, he was there as well, watching him come. A lot of the other guys, Killshot, like the Briscoes and stuff like that. You watch all these guys, it's really good. I went to Ring of Honor when they came to York Hall as well. Whatever, man.
It was an interesting story about when they did the War of the Worlds at York Hall. I was actually on my way to a Lucha Britannia show.
Okay.
I thought it was at York Hall.
And then you just walked in?
So I just walked in.
And then you just watched that?
And then I watched Kenny King versus Jay Briscoe.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that match only for them to come out as like... Only for me then to realise, this isn't Lucha Britannia.
Yeah.
This is something completely different. I'm actually at a Cody Rhodes t-shirt and then made my way across the road to the Resistance Gallery where I found out this is where Lucha lives. But yeah, I mean, I managed to watch like the final 10 minutes of Kenny King versus Jay Briscoe for the TV title, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So yes, that was my first introduction to the world of Lucha in Bethel. Really,
it looks like a bit of a shady alleyway, when everyone comes down like to the show. Like sometimes they message me like, "I'm in the right place," and I'm like, "It's 265," and I'm like, "What?" And I look for 265, and are you sure? And the funny thing is that the door, when it's shut, you really need to give it some welly to open it. And a lot of people are like, the door's shut. I'm like, push it, and then they come in. It's a bit of a intimidating area, but I love it.
So from the shows that you've been to, which one stands out the most for you? Like, is that's the one show you can sit there and think, you know what, that's one of the best shows I've ever watched as a fan. Like, be it like, I think we're talking about more from a live aspect, so from like the crowd point of view.
Ooh, I remember. I think it was the one most recent one where I popped so much was I think RPW. I think it was a Summer Sizzler one where it was Ray versus Marty, but in that match it was who's basking my glory again? Big guy.
Oh, hang on, we're gonna find out the name. We're gonna find out.
I know it, man. I talked to him. I was in the locker room with him at an XWA. I forgot his name. The big guy. My memory sucks, man. I can barely remember.
Keith Lee.
Oh, how can I forget? Keith Lee and what's the other New Japan guy? Small, the Pitbull one. Because all the Japanese names are the same.
Yeah.
Just type in Keith Lee RPW and it'll come up. It's probably sounds like a Japanese car. Most probably.
Oh, what, when he took on Ishii?
Yeah, Ishii.
Oh,
yeah. And they had the battle of suplexes, and then when Keith Lee hits a moonsault, everyone goes nuts.
Yeah. That for me, as somebody that's really interested in science, defies the laws of physics for me.
That's ridiculous. If you haven't seen him like real in person, I remember I was in the locker room with him, and then I was like, I said to him, "How'd you get so big?" And he was like, "You just gotta be from a family like mine." And I was like, okay. Like he's huge. Like you don't understand how huge he is. His back is so thick. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how big this guy is. But yeah, that's the one. Like that match and a lot of the matches on that card, I popped so hard. It was a really good card. So yeah, I mean there are other ones like Ring of Honor when I went to War of the Worlds, that was good. But I mean that's the one that I can think of. The match was Ishii and Keith Lee. I just went nuts. I've got videos of me just going crazy, like on my Snapchat.
So I think the other one was going to go for is because that's kind of we talk about the event and we talk about the matches. Right now within the organisation, we've seen a lot of like up and comers of like from the Women's Revolution as they've called it. Mm-hmm. You've had WWE do it. Ring of Honor have just started with the Women of Honor title. Mm-hmm. You had Tenille Dashwood's made her debut there. She got into the semi-finals. It's finally on the up with like the Women's Revolution, and obviously with Triple L, Lucha Britannia now teaming up with Eve.
Oh yeah. How can I forget?
How do you think that's playing out?
Because I love going to Eve matches. I'll be honest. Like I've seen some crazy stuff there. Like. Man, like through the like tables, and they had the other match with Kaylee Ray and the other hardcore woman, I forgot her name, but the Japanese one, that was really good. That was like 2 Eves ago. That was a really good match. But I think it's like with the whole Eve, I can't wait for the York Hall event.
Yeah.
Shivolution. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Legit, I can't wait.
When
is it?
I think that's is that June?
I thought it was in May. If it's in June, I could make it for sure.
If not, I'll take your ticket for it. Judging from what they're saying, that's gonna be. It's 12th of May.
12th of May?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can make it. Oh, when is that? It's on a Saturday?
I think it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
My cousin's wedding that day. And they go up north. Oh man.
What's really interesting is the fact that you look at the people that they get from Eve, and I did my own bit of research into it, and probably what a lot of people might not know is Paige was actually an Eve champion.
Yeah, before it came Eve.
Before it became like Pro Wrestling Eve kind of thing. And the amount of people that they've gotten, like you've had Tony Storm, you've had Viper, Kay Ray, you had Jordan Grace came down recently. I mean, some really, really big names are coming in. And I mean, do you think it's because of what's happening in like WWE and Ring of Honor, or has this just been like an Eve thing from the get-go that, you know what, we can do women's wrestling and we can kind of push it to levels of, for lack of a better phrase, like...
I think what it was a lot of the notoriety came from just Eve was still doing their thing, like just like I think Dan Reed and Emily, they've always like believed in like the whole pushing the women's wrestling thing. They were doing that, but it was still low key, like still underground. Not many. It wasn't pushed out there. Then when the Netflix series Glow came out, that went crazy. And then when they done that, they got the I forgot the lady. Kate Nashwood,
yes,
or the one, the ginger one.
Yeah.
She came to Eve's show once, and so I think when that, and then that's when Time Out and London and like the Huffington Post and stuff like that started writing about it. Then Eve just got bigger and bigger and bigger, like they rightly deserve so. But I think Eve was still doing it before, like just before this whole women's revolution thing started as well. But I think it was just like it just came together all at the same time. But if you're talking about Eve specifically, they were still doing their thing from a long time ago, from what I'm aware of. But I know that it blew up after Glow came out. And because when Glow came out, then Eve is just like a thing. Like if you go like Time Out London, like stuff to do on this day, like they'll pop up, say go Eve. I think that's,
constantly on my news feeds, like I'll get people telling me, it's like, oh, this stuff's come back, Eve, and there's that you need to go. Because I managed to go to their pop-up event that they had, I think it was towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
And that was when
I think Chikara took on Sadie Gibbs.
So Chikara took on Candy Floss first.
Candy Floss.
And Candy Floss,
she's in Japan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because I saw a pop-up Eve, and then saw her at
they're only 18.
It's ridiculous. And
that's crazy.
And then I think it was unboxing. And then they did something with ACW in Bermondsey.
Yeah.
Women's, and that's going to happen when Frost comes back from the States. And you just think it's amazing. And I met these guys, funnily enough, when I went to my first Lucha Britannia show.
Yeah.
And Candy and Chikara were just there. They were just talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And I saw Tengu in the crowd there. I saw Kraken as well. So it's amazing that even though there's like so much going on, it's that family still comes together and heads back to the Resistance Gallery whenever there's a show, whenever there's training.
Yeah, definitely.
It just looks like, and like I said, like for a lot of people who've not gone to like a wrestling show or anything like that, I think it's the time now to start supporting not just wrestling, but like your local wrestling as well, like your local indie like independent bases, like what's going on down at the Resistance Gallery, and other organizations.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, when you see from the last show that you're at, it was pretty packed as well. And a side note is, are you healed up from the last bump?
What was the last bump?
When you decided to go for a suicide dive?
Oh, man. My cough's still killing. It's still bruised. Yeah.
I was I must have been about 2 feet away from that happening.
Yeah.
And the second you landed, I was like, if he gets up from this, I'm just going to take my hat off to him. And I saw that one of the chairs, the plastic bit had kind of snapped. And I think that's what caused your...
I just decided to do it. And then when I was trying to get up, legit, when I was limping, I was actually limping the whole time. And my whole calf was bruised. It was swell up. But it was fun now. I just do it for the... I don't know. It's fun.
I mean, we talk about crazy spot like that. There's been quite a few at Triple L. Like, when somebody will just go completely... We'll take the rule book and throw it out. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Hakan. I love Hakan, man. He did like a tope con heel off the top. So he just did a forward somersault. And I don't know if you've seen the video. It just looks so graceful. It's just like... And it's just like, oh, where's Hakan? And he literally... I thought he was just going to do a just normal crossbody. Just jump off the top. He ran from the whole locker room and jumped off, and I was like, this guy doesn't care about his life. But I love it. I love it.
That was the same match where I think where Cross Industries were taking on was it who were they taking on? Was it Too Sick?
Okay, maybe.
And Malik decides to go to the far corner of the ring near where Greg was standing. Heads to the top rope and just hits a crossbody. And I don't know if you saw this, but his head was about that far away from hitting the roof.
What is it? Malik's jumping ability is crazy. His standing drop kicks are crazy. I pop for his drop kicks. He's very athletic.
His knee strike, from what I've seen, I managed to get a picture of him hitting a running knee strike, and it was just like...
And he went to Japan, man. Do you know that? Malik Chain, he was, I thought, who did you train with? He was in Japan for 3 months. He went to Japan. You know, he was on Geo News as well.
Malik was on Geo News.
Haven't you seen the interview?
No.
He was proper talking Urdu and everything.
I need to find this. I'm putting it on the page.
I'm telling you, it's so funny. They started speaking in Urdu and they're like, la la la. Malik, well, this, that, and he comes into the resistance gallery. It's so funny because Malik talks Urdu and everything, and it's just they're in the resistance gallery and they're showing clips from Lucha Britannia, and it's just Urdu in the background. It's just funny just to watch. I don't know.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'll show you.
We're gonna have to have a look at that.
It's fun. It's
fun. Now looking at like sports and everything like that. When you look at like the guys that are in Triple L, now a lot of them adhere to like, you know, the Lucha Britannia style. Obviously you got Tengu wears his mask, you got Kraken will have his mask on as well. What name sticks out the most for you from like the wrestlers in the locker room?
The name?
Yeah, so like, you know, everyone have like a specific nickname or a character name. Like, which one sticks out for you?
Everyone just calls they call Cam Buffalo, they call Ned Bacon. I think everyone says Bacon. Like, that's it. Bacon. I mean, maybe it's just, but for, I don't know. People call me Waste Man, but that's it. But I mean, other than that, I think everyone has their own names. But no, Morrow. What am I talking about? Vegan. How can I forget Morrow? Morrow Chavez. I love him. He gets ribbed the most out of during shows, training, anywhere. Morrow is amazing. How could I forget Morrow?
Morrow, as great as he is in the ring, I sat across from him at ACW's event in Bermondsey. He made that event amazing because he was the loudest person in the crowd. Like
you're disgusting.
Yeah, he pops.
Yeah,
and he gets the crowd going. And I suppose that's obviously attendance. It wasn't a huge hall. You had like a few a few people there, but the fact that he was just constantly...
He loves wrestling.
He lives and breathes wrestling, and you can just tell.
He's one of them guys.
And you're right, he does. I think finding Rocky Mac and how he's done what he's done with his character.
Oh, Cormac's amazing. He's really amazing. I love him. The whole prayer time with Rocky Mac, just him as a person, he's such like a gentle guy, like just how he is and whatnot. In the ring, he's good as well. he's amazing, and I'm really glad. I can see big things for him. I really wish the best for him. He's got big things in his future, man.
And even when I think on the last show when he did commentary, it was just the funniest thing. I think the line that stuck out for me was when he turned around to LA White. He goes, "I'm gonna take your shoes." Yeah, and it's nothing, but it's just the way he delivers his lines. And then there's a point in the match where you see him trying to pluck LA White's laces. And I guess that's something that you got freedom to do at Triple as well. Just come down and commentate, because you did it for a couple of matches as well, didn't you?
Greg was by himself, and so I was in the locker room. I was just like, Greg. He was like, yeah, come down. I was like, all right, cool. Why don't I come down and stuff like that? And then I don't know. I just end up like throwing a cucumber at a kid. Yeah,
but you're gonna have to blame her Voice Revenge for that, because they brought it down to the ring. But that was.
The kid started getting rude, and I just saw the cucumber, but I thought I threw it like very lightly. But like how much speed a cucumber can get if you throw it, it missed the kid and it hit the guy's chest behind him. And if it hit the kid, I was like, oh my god! And Greg was like, go,
you're done.
You're not doing. You're
done.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've covered enough. Yeah, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about wrestling and stuff like that. I think when we catch up next time, I think we'll kind of like delve more into the MMA side of it as well, because I think that obviously with Tapout Kickout, it's where I talk about pro wrestling.
Yeah, talk about Tapout Kickout. Man.
I'm probably going to do a video of like the inception of it and everything like that and where it came from. But just as a last signing off thing, what can we expect from Adil or RoadFam over the next couple of months?
Just more stuff, really. I mean, with the whole thing with RoadFam, it's just getting out there more. I mean, I have been booked on a couple other shows, but I mean, I'm trying to get booked on other shows as well and stuff like that. It's just one of the things. And my thing is I'm not very active with trying to do it, because a lot of people, they pick their stuff and they message promoters and stuff like that. And me, I would want to do more of that, but I don't know. I don't know the right way to do it, so I'm gonna find the right protocol on how to do that as well. Sometimes I just don't want to overstep my band, because maybe how my character is, I'm very like loud and crazy and stuff like that. But me as a person, like I just don't want to rub someone up the wrong way. Always try and be respectful and stuff like that. And there was that. For Adil, so much more, because obviously do acting on the side. Got my YouTube series coming out as well. Got some other stuff as well coming out. Obviously I work on do fight choreography for a lot of music videos as well, like UK artist Kojo Funds. I was on his video doing that as well, so I appeared in the video, and just a lot of stuff as well, really. Just like to get my hands. I mean, people say, like, don't get your hands in too many, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and jack of all trades, master of none. But it's just like everything kind of wraps up together. Like when it comes to the fight choreography, the acting, and the whole acting helped my wrestling, and my wrestling's helped my acting. And so it's just everything goes together. So I mean, just from now, like hopefully 2018 is going to be a big year, I think. Like just for the end of it, I mean, I've got some stuff that I want to achieve, and hopefully, like God willing, like everything gets achieved by the end of the year.
Brilliant. And obviously, just a final thing, like how can people find you on social media? Because obviously, it's the way to get hold of you. It's the way to find out what you're up to next and what you're doing. We'll put the links down at the bottom, but
just follow RoadFam on Instagram. That's that, and Twitter road_fam. I mean, I don't check my Twitter that much, but when I do check my Twitter, I just see some occasional tweets from like a mum saying you threw chips at my son and stuff like that. But then Facebook, it's RoadFam as well. But yeah, on RoadFam there's going to be a lot more good content coming out as well, because obviously on the RoadFam page I put my wrestling stuff on there as well, but I'm going to be putting more comedy stuff there as well. So a lot more funny skits and stuff like that. I think one's going to be releasing in the next couple of days. You're going to enjoy it, like crazy stuff, going into random places and just disturbing the public and stuff like that as a RoadFam character. So that stuff's going to come out soon as well. So RoadFam.
Brilliant. Well, look, I think we'll wrap up here. Like I said, we could talk on and on and on for ages about everything that we love, but I will let you back again, obviously. So then we can have a bit more of a talk, and then obviously we can kind of expand more into the whole side of MMA and your love and your passion for it, and take it forward from there.
I'm big up Tapout Kickout, man. Like honestly, like when I met Timur and stuff like that, honestly, such a nice guy. I managed to read his stuff on his website as well. Like he had his wrestling stuff as well, and then when I found that he did MMA, that got me even more hyped as well, because I'm a big MMA fan. So look how awesome this belt is, first of all, And just look how awesome this cap is as well. Like, it just matches. I'm gonna fully take this belt. Like, I'm gonna go RoadFam on him, and I'm gonna take everything and whatnot. No, but big at Tapout Kickout some more, man. You gotta like big yourself up. You're doing some good stuff as well. So like, honestly, man, I want to see more stuff for you as well. Like, hopefully, like just hopefully gets, you know, God willing, everything gets big for you and stuff like that. And I just want to see more content. So
appreciate it. With support like that, like I'm destined to succeed.
Nah.
But you know what? That's it from me. That's it from Adil and RoadFam. And you know, tune in next. And whoever you want to see me interview next, if you've got any names, if there's anyone else you'd like to see me interview next, drop it in the comments below. And you're gonna see the social media links on there. Tapout Kickout, Instagram, book it's Tapout Kickout. Bye guys.
Thank you.